Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is many a true nerd, and welcome back to Fallout Tale of Two Wastelands, where last time, we helped out Big Town, alright? Society has been saved, and not a single person is dead. Marvellous. There we go. Dead super mutants as far as the eye can see. Lovely. And yes indeed, having done my good deed for the year, I'd say today, let's get back to the much more important business of hunting down ludicrously overpowered guns. And when I say overpowered, bloody hell, today we're going after possibly the most ludicrously overpowered weapon in the entire history of Fallout. A weapon which rather curiously is tied to something really rather unassuming. The Keller family transcripts that we've been finding just dotted about the capital wastelands. So to date we've picked up 3 of the 5 and, odd coincidence, I have pretty much just walked straight past the other 2. I just didn't really think about it at the time, so okay, step 1 today, nice and easy, let's go grab ourselves the last 2 tapes. Here we go, we literally walked past this one previously, between Arafu and, yes, Rockefeller's last gas and whatnot. We have got a couple of ghouls chilling out right here in an old shack made out of a pylon. It's mostly unremarkable aside from, yes indeed, one thing we're after, the Keller family transcript. Though, fun fact, this one is actually optional. Not all of them contain the necessary numbers.
Tina, it's me. Your brother, Alex? Listen, Mom would kill me if she knew I was contacting you, but she's being an impossible bitch right now. You have to come home. Do you understand me? This thing with China, it's not going away. We're gonna try and get into one of those vaults. If that doesn't work, well, I have a backup plan. There's this secure bunker, another sort of vault, inside the National Guard depot, and... Look, no matter what it takes, the whole damn Keller family's gonna ride this storm out, but you've got to get your ass home. Now.
So there we go, no number, though I guess it is still significant because, yes, it's the one that tells you where the vault in question is. Though, this being an unmarked quest, you don't get a mission marker, you've just got to stumble across it out in the wastelands. And destination the final, back to the Anchorage War Memorial. Literally just look north from that location, and you'll see yourself a nice little tent and a bunch of trucks. So just take out nearby Mirelurks, some mutant centaurs, etc. And eventually there's probably going to be... There we go, I figured there might potentially be an overlord, though fortunately, one who's only armed with a melee weapon, which really is not the worst thing in the world at all. Though, if we don't feel like taking him on, to be honest, yes, as he's a melee lad, just lead him round the corner, a tiny amount, he's just going to, yes, hobble out of his camp, no trouble there whatsoever. Then we just lead him in a big old circle, nip straight back in, grab his stuff, and then basically leave. No reason to fight him, to be honest, not like he can really do anything to me under the circumstances. So, you, I'm gonna suggest, never mind, apparently we can't rescue you. So, okay, you just stay here and die, sorry about that, you don't get rescued today. But on the plus side, I've got the tape, so everything's fine. Hop across the water, Overlord 100% won't be able to follow, and we're back to safety, meaning we've now got the final bloody number.
Candace, it's Ralph. Tell Dad there's no way in hell I'm spending nuclear Armageddon trapped with him in a fucking closet. You can have my number. It's 6. Now if you'll excuse me, I've got a mushroom cloud to walk into. Have a happy Holocaust.
And there we go. Unfortunately, the plan to, yes, get the entire family together did not work out so well. One of the children had decided they would rather die than spend the rest of their lives trapped in a small room with their father. And as for your final destination, the National Guard Depot, well, I imagine many of you have never seen this building before because, okay, everybody sing along. It's right at the edge of the map where no mission would ever reasonably direct you. So, unless you go exploring in the ruins, you're not gonna find it. It is in fact, yes, just in the wasteland itself, not inside the DC ruins, but you wouldn't think that to look at the map. Here it is, literally due east of, Friendship Heights, and though it looks like it should be inside the DC ruins, it's, as I say, just available to the outside world, and we're going in, and there's gonna be a few robots to take out, so make sure you've got pulse grenades, that will be very useful. No, seriously, this dungeon is not a joke. Like, I'm not gonna say it's the longest or toughest dungeon in all of Fallout 3, because I've never actually hired a chartered surveyor to go into each dungeon one by one and estimate the square footage. But this is definitely one of the biggest and toughest dungeons in all of Fallout 3. It is ridiculous. So, go and gather everything you've got that's got pulse in the name before you step foot in this building, alright? I'm even bringing the shocker along, okay? This could potentially be very useful if ammo starts getting low. Okay, we're as kitted out as we can be, let's try and clear the depot, and seriously, this place is, it's a bit of a nightmare. It is a 3-part dungeon. Step 1 is, yes, a big maze in the ruins. And here we go, I see target number 1 right now, and seriously, yes. The problem with robots is they come in all shapes and sizes and all of them do very different things. Mr. Gutsy's, their plasma weapons hit like a bloody truck, so just to get over to you, that is 91% I will take. Can we even one-shot you with pulse weaponry? Not if it goes a little bit wrong and just sort of misses. Marvellous. Really appreciate that. Brilliant. Thanks, game. Let's try 95% and see if this one actually, you know, works a bit better. Bloody hell, that was not much of your... Well, at the bare minimum, there was a turret, apparently. I think I just frenzied a turret. Didn't even mean to, but that was a thing that occurred. So, you know what? I'll flippin' take it. Okay, so pulse grenades are not going to work, you know, necessarily that well. But I do have shotgun. Decided to top up my ammo with that. My health is already looking dicey. And I can... Okay, I could... There was a gas leak here, John. You saw the wibble, but you decided to fire anyway, you stupid bastard. Okay, and stay back is going to work on robots. Honestly, that's not bad. That I will flippin' take. That's a good idea. Let's just keep doing that. But yeah, Gutsy's are fast, and Gutsy's hit like a cocking truck, and their flamethrower is nowhere near as tough as the plasma. So you kind of want to keep them at fairly close-ish range, because you'd much rather they weren't using their plasma weaponry. Then we have also got in here. I know there's turrets somewhere. I saw a frenzied turret. So, okay. Gutsy's, probably the best idea is just charge them as best we can. Though, there's definitely plenty more here than what we've seen so far. Oh, yeah, I hear Robo-Brain, so... Okay, let's try, yes, one pulse grenade versus a Robo-Brain. Hopefully, that could be enough to potentially kill the bastard. But yes, we're in a bit of a multi-layer ruin right now. They could be above me or below me, and I hear something over in this direction. And I see... Okay, that tick could be up or down. That is not helpful. Here we go. One army Robo-Brain. So, okay, pop the pulse grenade down on you. That completely missed you, didn't it? Okay, the rubble is getting in the way, unfortunately. I'm just going to manually toss this one. See if that works a bit better. I mean, it worked. Uh-oh. Okay, definitely more Gutsy's as well. Marvellous. I mean... If we could get away with it, I'm almost out of 556, John. Armor piercing, 556. It's a robot, it's gonna have armor. So, I mean, if we can take out a couple of combat inhibitors, maybe turn one enemy against another, I would not... Oh, that's pretty good. I'll take that, actually. Yeah, the armor piercing rounds. That's pretty nice. Okay, quiet for now, and yes, one more advantage to this area. If you've got the science, you can turn the turrets off, and seriously do that, because, yes, turrets can be... Well, that was bloody lucky. Turrets can be an absolute bloody nightmare in this game. And here we go, this is our destination, just round the corner from where we began, but unfortunately, yes, there's no power. Needs key, needs power restoring, until those lights light up, yeah. Not much you could do here. Hence why we need to do a big loop around the rest of the facility. Right, with lower floor clear, just start heading up in the world to the top floor. Then start heading west in order to, yeah, cut through to the other side of the facility, which you can't get to because, yes, there's rubble everywhere. So, yeah, step one, we've just got a bit of a maze to clear out. And if we're lucky, I know there's some turrets around the corner, but... They might have been deactivated by that console down below. I'm genuinely... Oh, dear. Right, just put some shots in on you. Okay, I will say, the armor piercing is doing better than I was expecting there. That's been pretty good. So, okay, armor piercing together with knock down. Oh, I love that. No, never mind. Those turrets were, they weren't deactivated. They were different turrets on a different circuit. And as you can see, they really, really bloody hurt. So, okay, let the Mr. Gutsy come round the corner. If we can, shoot through the door using this as, like a barricade thingy. Okay, never even thought about that before, but that's quite bloody clever, actually. So, oh, yeah. Turns out I'm a genius at Fallout. Lovely. So, okay, just send you flying. Oh, and stay back is just the best perk. I love and stay back so much. Right, so we've now got a long corridor with some turrets at the end, which are so far away, even Bats is struggling to get the hit in. Seriously, just bloody hell. Bloody hell, turrets. They hit like a cocky truck. You, however, I think I've got a bit of a better shot at. There we go. He goes down. So, okay. Turrets, Gutsies, and I'm pretty sure just a second ago I did hear something else just round the corner, shall we flipping say. This will be the bloody terminal for you guys then. Well, fat lot of use you are. Oh yeah, there he is. That'll be the sentry bot down below. There you flipping go. So okay, sentry bots obviously really enjoy just spamming giant piles of missiles at you, which no, don't do it. Okay, bare minimum. Let's just see how well, yes, a pulse grenade works on you. Just one grenade. In you go. That should hopefully be close enough to do. You know what? Against a sentry bot, that's not... There's the missile, by the way. That's why we only toss one and not two. Because otherwise, he's going to do something like, you know, firing a missile at me and... You just... Oh! He just fell down to a lower floor. And I'm going to be perfectly honest, this kind of works for me. Now I'm just going to toss this... Well, that was just an invisible barrier. I feel like I was robbed there, so no. Where's he just bloody gone? Oh, got eyes on him over in the corner by the Luxie of it, so... Okay. I'm just going to charge him with a combat shotgun. I have no idea whether you can knock down a sentry bot, but we're going to find out. Apparently you can. Brilliant, though not really doing much damage. But you know what? What might do a bit more damage would be, don't forget, we're in New Vegas land, pulse slugs. I've only got 2 of them. Okay, that did some good work, actually. I will flippin' take that. So, okay, just if we can do a bit more to you. Just straight in the old chest. Apparently, head would be more accurate, so screw it. Just go for the old head. And 1, and 2, and down you go, buddy. Anytime you're ready, bloody hell, we are cutting through. No, John, this isn't Fallout 4. He's not going to explode, okay? It's fine. He's just saying warning because he's been shot. So, okay. We've not got, like, you know, one single hard counter to these guys, but we do have a whole bunch of stuff that, you know, sort of works. So, just past where the sentry bot was before it decided to, you know, fall to the floor below, there is a break room, and that's the end of the first sector. As I say, there are 3. This area is, bloody hell, it's a nightmare. Still, Sector 2 is, yes, training wing, armory, all sorts of good bits and pieces, and that is rather good news as far as I'm concerned. Not all good news, by the way, because there are plenty of sentry bots and whatnot floating around, but that's fine. The old pulse mines will do something at the bare minimum. Honestly, and stay back seems like it's going to be my best friend. So, if you want to come around the corner, buddy, straight into... There we go, knock you down. Once he's down the ground, maybe go over to, yeah, something else. Something that's nice and high DPS, but doesn't burn. Oh, that'll do. Protectron's gaze. That's got to be, that's some good ammo. Okay, I mean, that's common ammo, but it's not really doing any damage to him, John. Then just turn around him. He can't fire unless he's facing me. Screw you, you stupid loser. Okay. That's not bad. So, pulse damage, that just weakens them. Knock them down with the shotgun, then just start blasting with this old girl and sorta hope that... Why am I still in danger? There's probably another one, to be honest. This place is really cool, though, because it's not just a generic ruin that's got some robots in it. You actually feel like, yes, you are in some form of army training facility. In particular, yes, there's a proper armory and firing range, so you've got loads of ammo and whatnot, though... Yes, unfortunately for me, this is not desperately useful ammo, all things considered. And as you might reasonably expect, given we're in an army facility, just past the place where they're handing out all the guns and all the ammunition... Yes, indeed. Beyond these double doors right here, we've got the firing range. A firing range which is now very much a live fire exercise. And, okay. I see one gutsy, one a robo-brain. May as well stay right at the back over here, because they can't really get to me. Do a bit of damage too. That was not much damage to at all, was it? Dear flipping dear. Okay, bare minimum, they are struggling to locate me, and no, seriously, stay down. The robo-brain is dead, gutsy nav's off. This area is, yeah, there's two distinct gutsies over here. This area is a very good area to just stealth boy up and then ignore it. Because otherwise, yes, you're either trying to take out two gutsies simultaneously, or alternatively, then again, you know what? That's not a terrible shot, all things considered. Okay, now they're a little bit upset with me, to be honest, Jazz. Okay, you know what? Plan A was good. Let's just sneak past this area, because this area is, it's a bit of a menace, alright? And there are a couple of stealth boys just floating around this area already, so screw it. Just go in. This is Fallout 3, so stealth boys last approximately 60 years. Don't forget to grab, yes, ammo and weapons on the way past. Then just straight over the top. Stay away from you guys. I'm pretty sure the door we're looking for is over on John. You've got the light on. That was not the right way to go. This was the right way to go. Marvelous. Grab some ammo. Oh, that's for the combat shotgun. Straight through here. Straight out of here. No one said literally everybody had to die. In fact, it's a much better idea if they just don't. That area is, yeah, two gutsies at a time. Bit nasty. That's nasty. Right there. 100% there is a good argument for sneaking through this area if you can. Okay, that's area number 2, into the finale, the officers, and okay, once again, things switch up a bit. On this occasion, yes, we're now fighting inside this lovely area right here, and... Okay, should not have fired at you first. Should have fired at the gutsy first. Lovely. Can you even locate me with... Okay, you're coming down into the thing. Don't mind me, buddy. Don't mind me. A couple of shots on the body armor. That's not great, really. Okay, go over to... Oh, we're definitely in a bit of danger now. Okay, go over to armor piercing. Wait for him to come up the stairs. When he pops up the stairs in just a second... Hi there, buddy. That's a good enough shot right there. Break your... Oh, blimey, something's shooting at me. That'll be the turrets at the back. Okay, this gun needs some repairs, by the way. Screw you, you stupid... Oh, armor piercing. Okay, you know what? Armor piercing's doing better against the robots than the EMP is, which is hilarious and shouldn't be the case, but we are where we are, I suppose, and we're definitely doing something, right? Yep, you know what? Spread on that gun very, very low indeed, and seriously, come on, just pick yourself up, please. Lovely. I swear there's another. Yep. Definitely another turret yet to finish you off at 2. Okay, clip size leaves something to be desired. There you go. Okay, armor piercing. I was not expecting that to be the savior today, but we are where we are. Bloody hell, that's another level up immediately. Great. Okay, screw it. Cap out guns, let's just get those to be, yeah, maxed out just so that is as it should be. Everything else, yeah, whack into science so I can do a hard lock terminals. That's not the worst thing in the world. Okay, nice and simple there. Right, keep on keeping on and go up to the top past to where the turrets were. And yes, indeed, we are getting higher and higher up here, slowly approaching the destination. And seriously, this is a big... I've never noticed you here before. Bit of an odd place for a big ugly head, but sure. Just round the corner, we've got one more sentry bot to deal with. And, okay, now I'm just sort of curious, because just walking around him in a big circle did work pretty well last time. So, what if I just EM punch him? Right, nip up to the top, nip up to the top. Don't mind me, don't mind me, don't mind me, don't mind me. Open the... That just pushed me completely. That was not what I really wanted to happen, to be honest. Okay, now we just run straight past you again. No, don't mind me, don't mind me, don't mind me. Open this door, but from here. Okay, now just get around the back of you, and now go. Go. Now just walk around him. Walk around him. Walk around him. Walk around him. Walk. This is working surprisingly, terrifyingly well. Okay, so it turns out the secret to defeating sentry bots is just walk in a circle around them. Who bloody knew? Well, you know what? If it works, it works. That gets me back to, yep, the starting area. So we are overlooking the very first sentry bot room. Hit the power. And now, there we go. That's those lights we saw right at the flipping start. Finally reactivated. But would you believe we're not done cooking yet? Oh, yeah. There he is. We've got another sentry bot. Though, to be honest, I mean, this worked really well last time. Let's give it a go again. Just tossing, you know, one dose of Psycho just for safety. And no. Just around and around and around and around and around and around. And why is this working? This shouldn't be working, but it's working really bloody well. Okay, so new strategy. Walk in a circle around them. Marvelous. So, power restored. This door opens. We can access the lovely, lovely basement and make our way towards, here we go, the armory. And bloody hell, is the reward to this nonsense worth it? So, step one, there's, you know, an armory, as you might expect, in the armory. So you can top up your supply of pulse weaponry. Though, to be perfectly honest, you know, it was hardly that spectacular. Didn't do that well, really. And bobblehead, 5% more damage with all guns. I shall not say no. Over on one side, you've got a minigun, which is beautiful, together with, yes, obviously, ammo boxes with appropriate ammunition sorts. On the other side, I believe it is a missile launcher, right? Yes, indeed, a missile launcher, together with all sorts of assault rifles and appropriate 5.56. Lovely. Need that for that gun. And a giant pile of missiles, too, but no. No, 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 no. All of this is trash. Because what we need is the bunker. So, if you've got the access code, and as I say, you can skip tape number 1, the one near Arafu, if you just find this terminal, but without that, yes, you'd have no way of knowing this was going to be here. Though, to be honest, unless you stumbled across this building anyway, you'd still have no idea it was here. Because, yes, there's no, like, quest marker to tell you where the National Guard depot is. So, that cracks open this lovely, lovely bunker, and we can finally figure out what happened to our dear friends, the Kellers. And would you believe this being Fallout, it's, you know, not exactly great news. Especially as, yes, a glowing one is never a good starting point, is it? Still, just slip on the old ghoul mask, and presumably, like every other ghoul, there we go. He is now A-okay with me. Though unfortunately, we can't actually talk with him. As hilarious as that would be, no. So yes, we've got ourselves one glowing one and 3 skeletons. Which completely syncs up with what we were expecting. There were 5 tapes for 6 family members, because of course Alex, the Keller family member who actually got the code, he was arrested, so we knew he wasn't going to be present. Meanwhile, the son, Ralph, he decided he would rather die than spend the rest of his life locked in the bunker, meaning we were only expecting 4 people to be down here: the dad, the mum, and the 2 daughters. There's no final confirmation of which one of the family this is or what precisely happened to them, though I guess, you know, we could put some reasonable estimates in. Possibly one of them had to go outside to get supplies, eventually got irradiated, became a ghoul, killed the rest of the family. Maybe the supplies they had were slightly irradiated, and that built up over time. Or my personal favourite theory, they had in here with them a gun. A really rather special gun. The unique variant of the Fat Man nuke launcher, and understandably living in close proximity to a series of mini nukes, maybe that was what did it in the long run. This was the gun they were locked in with, they wanted to keep it because it was their most powerful secret weapon, but unfortunately it was also ultimately their doom. For you see, oh, this thing is This thing is ridiculous, and we'll be taking these mini nukes with me as well. And I know what you're thinking. John, 5 mini nukes, that seems remarkably generous, and it would be under normal circumstances, but not when you're dealing with this monster, it's not. So just a step outside for a second, because yes, let's just say this is not a weapon you want to be using inside. To be honest, it's not a weapon you want to be using outside either. This is, as I say, the most ludicrous overkill that's ever existed in the entire bloody franchise. Because unlike a usual Fat Man, which fires a 1 mini nuke, which is already mostly overkill, this one fires all the mini nukes in one flipping shot. Up to a maximum of 8 a go. So, yes, DPS 3,711, assuming they all hit, which they're not going to, because it's basically like a long-range nuke shotgun. It is downright stupid. And I know precisely what you're thinking. John, that's not nearly dumb enough. And you're right. So step 1, let's take this to my lovely perfect repair people who I invested in back in the day and spend 4 grand increasing the damage by 1,374. And then we just add in, yes, one more tiny thing, which is, you've got to remember, this gun exists in Fallout 3, and it wasn't brought over to Fallout New Vegas, but Fallout New Vegas instead gave us various ammo types. Ammo types I may just possibly have picked up a few of while I was on my vacation to New Vegas. Say hello to the Tiny Tots, just in case you've forgotten. This was a nuke that breaks apart into other smaller nukes. And I would reasonably assume, if I was to combine 8 of these with the experimental nuke launcher, that would logically lead to 8 nukes launching, where each nuke breaks apart into... I don't actually know. Here we go, DPS of 49,367. Just in case you were wondering whether we'd gone far enough yet. Now, there is one small problem with this gun, which is, yes, the spread is now sufficiently extreme that even if I fire pretty much up in the air, I think possibly there's a very high possibility the nukes just hit each other, leading to me immediately dying. So, okay, if I just aim literally straight up. I think possibly, okay, I think I've gone too far. I may possibly have gone too far. This might actually be unfireable because the nukes, when they split apart, are detonating each other. Okay, that's definitely the case. On this occasion, science has gone too far. But that's fine. How about instead we try out the Big Kids? Again, a variant of nuke that was introduced by New Vegas, which is basically a nuke, but bigger and more ridiculous. Now, this might, yes, avoid the problem of everything just exploding the moment I fire it. So, okay, just straight up in the sky. Okay, so I've not immediately... Oh, okay, I've not immediately died. Honestly, I'm going to call that a huge win, but this is hardly the right environment to test out a weapon of this magnificence. I think I know precisely where we should be testing this thing out. A big raider encampment over at Evergreen Mills, and yes, this is one of the highest concentrations of raiders in one open location in the entire game as far as I'm aware, so... Okay, how about we take our new toy over in that direction? Here we go, this is looking like I'm expecting it to, so yeah, just approach from the south and we should see a very large ridge we can get to the top of. Which will bring us right here to Evergreen Overlook. Okay, now. If there was one location I might, just might be able to get away with firing the Tiny Tot launcher, this would be it. So yes, indeed, we've got a wide open area, we have got raiders, and more importantly... Okay, we can't see him, he's too far away, but there is a super mutant behemoth over there. I'm just not close enough to trigger him, because I want to stay nice and high up, but we can't actually, see him right now. But I swear he's there, he's just not loaded in. Okay, load the Tiny Tots into the gun. So, just to confirm, once again, if we just, fire, they're all going to hit each other, aren't they? Because I'm concerned possibly the issue is one of them was like, you know, spreading downwards. Like, the spread of this gun means one, it goes a bit down, then it splits off and it goes a bit down, and possibly it wasn't them hitting each other. I don't even know if they can do that. It might have been hitting the ground. So, if I fire about here... Okay, this is definitely not going to work, is it? No, it's not. The big kid launcher, however... Okay, so I definitely just got some kills there. Oh, that was nice. Okay, 77 XP for that much devastation. Beautiful. Okay, I think we need to get closer, because that was kind of like a horizontal spread. So, that's not really how the camp is orientated. Let's just, nudge ourselves in a little bit. Okay, nearer. Feels like a terrible idea under the circumstances. But, if I can just, like, you know, move alongside the camp, that would be great. Especially as if I just get a tiny bit. There we go. Now the rest of the camp's loaded in. You can just see him at the back there, the behemoth. So, I'd say, how about he comes out and joins the party? Because, blow up the generator, he can open the door, and now everyone's going to run at him. It's going to be beautiful, though. He appears to be running away. This is kind of just like, you know, drawing everyone's attention. They're all going to move into medium firing range. Because, yes, this is what enemies kind of want to do. Now they're all gathered together, pretty much, you know, next to each other. Well, I think you know what's about to happen. We've just got to get the angle precisely right. And... you know what? I think I'll flipping take it. And the behemoth survives! Amazing! Though I'm pretty sure everybody else is dead. Which leads me to murder question number... I can't remember. We've asked many murder questions today. Which is, behemoths don't actually exist in Fallout New Vegas. The asset exists in the game's code, obviously. But, yeah, they were never actually utilised for anything. So, this does raise the question, can Ann Stayback knock back a flipping behemoth? I mean, bare minimum. Should be able to get some good shots in on him because, yes, one of his legs has been broken. Don't think he's got a projectile of any description. So, okay, and the answer is yes. I can now just knock back this guy with the shotgun. So just also just, yeah, toss a dart into the groin area. Make sure that's all as it should be. And now, oh yeah, Protectron's gaze against a relatively disarmed opponent. It's just a good, cheap, easy, reliable way of doing... It is not doing much. That is doing naff all. Okay, maybe just like, you know, one more knockdown so we can get right up to him. But yeah, Protectron's gaze is just a good, solid, easy way of doing it. Okay, well, you're not allowed to show up now. Okay, that's not cool. So, okay, just get between me and him and kind of hope that guy decides to go after the... He's not going after the raider. I mean, understandable under the circumstances. That's fair. And there we go. The behemoth goes down. Number 2 we've killed in the entire game. And that done because I am a very good person. Obviously, what we need to do next is free the slaves that they were keeping locked up by the start of their base. So just crack open the cages. But unfortunately, yes, this is not exactly a spectacular escape or anything.
Why bother?
The slaves, in fact, yes, basically just don't really seem to see much point in attempting to escape. They seem to be under the impression that, yes, having been captured once, they'll just be captured again. So they just sort of, you know, float around here, moping about. They don't really, you know, make a break for freedom or anything. Still, putting all that aside for now, we're not done with Evergreen Mills yet. I mean, okay, that was one hell of a fun nuke shot, but, yes, indeed. If we're talking about ludicrously dumb, overpowered super weapons, there's actually one which, okay, it's not as dumb as what you've just seen, but it is a lot more bloody useful, and it lives right inside this base, and given how bloody incredibly the combat shotgun's been doing against even really massive enemies, oh, I think today we're taking a brief excursion to go and grab that too. So just a mosey on inside. Thankfully it is nice and dark, so yes, we should be able to take out a fair few enemies without them even realizing I am here. Beautiful. There's going to be a few dodged about, but yes, these are basic raiders. Generally, this is not going to be too on the difficult side, really, especially, oh yeah, couple of headshots if we get lucky with the old crit, given how ridiculous you are now around the corner. No, you flipping... Don't shoot her in the gun. That's a waste of really good ammo, damn it. You know, I can't prove it, and I've never seen anyone on the dev team, you know, comment on it in the slightest, but I strongly believe Evergreen Mills shows clear signs that at some point during Fallout 3's development, it was going to be significantly more interesting than it turned out being, because, yes, it's a perfectly well-designed dungeon, just full of raiders, etc., etc., but, yes, there's all sorts of signs of other bits and pieces that might have got cut out of it. In particular, here we go. You enter through this door right here, and the door that leads you into the next area is right behind you. Like, that doesn't make a huge amount of sense for a dungeon, because it means that everything upstairs is entirely optional, and there's nothing really up there, to be honest. There's like one fat man, but you get one of those right at the start of the game by GNR, so that's hardly that rewarding, really. I honestly believe that, yes, this area at some point was going to be some form of a much more peaceful town. You've got various terminals that have just been marked as broken, so why are they here in the first place, given they don't do anything? There's clear signs of a bar or a shop of some description and more terminals at the back. I strongly believe that, yes, there must have been a plan at some point for this either to be a raider town that you could infiltrate in some capacity, or, in general, this was tied to a mission where you were supposed to get in, infiltrate the raiders, etc., etc., which is why you've also got the super mutant behemoth outside. That would have been one of the solutions to dealing with the raiders outside if you didn't want to declare war on them directly. Take out the generator, the behemoth kills them for you without blowing your cover. As I say, this is all a theory, I can't prove it, no one's ever said as much, but I strongly feel like that's the case. Especially as, just keep on keeping on into, yes, the second area, the bazaar. You've just got so much set dressing and so many unique assets that indicate this was supposed to be something special. These giant dice suggesting the possibility that at some point someone was considering a casino. Obviously, the most traditional Fallout thing in the world. They're all over the place in Fallout 2. Clear indications of yet more shops, and a full-on brothel as well. So just mosey on into here, and in just a second, we'll be running into the local madam. Though before that, you even stumble across, yes, a couple of raiders who aren't wearing any armor. Why? Because you just disturbed them mid-hedgehog. So just to take you out, obviously that is nice and easy when they've got no armor. This guy, however, did have time to, yes, go and grab his flamethrower. Good for him. So just to finish you off, buddy. There we flipping go. And yes, indeed, there are also a handful of raiders just, yes, trapped in cell doors, suggesting that, yes, possibly this place has a bit of a sinister side, and some of the ladies working here might not have been doing so entirely out of choice. Unfortunately, they don't really, yes, appreciate you releasing them or anything. If you do, they just come at you with a knife anyway. But yes, it does just feel like there was blatantly at some point going to be something more going on in this location. The ability to come in, speak to people, trade, do business, do a bit of gambling, etc., etc. And just as the final cherry on top, there is literally a shopkeeper in this town who is happy to speak to you even if you've murdered every other flipping raider going. He just doesn't care. He'll do business with you anyway. So they literally programmed a shopkeeper who will do business with the player into this area, which I think to my mind is, yes, just the final ultimate proof that 100% this place was not going to be a dungeon originally. It was going to be something way, way better.
Hey man, relax. We can do business. The rest of these guys around here might not want anything to do with you, but I got no problem with you. Well, not with your caps, at least.
He is very relaxed about the fact that I just killed literally everybody he sells to. Oh, but here's interesting. Okay, he's not selling the one thing I want, which I swear he normally sells this. Okay, well, I'm sorry, buddy, but you've just made a bit of a tactical error around the person who just killed literally everybody else here. Because, fun fact, I have not got a huge problem with adding one more name to that list. Here we go, the Terrible Shotgun, which lives up to its name in every way going. This thing is terrifying, but also kind of awful if you don't know how to use it. Maybe I'm misremembering. Maybe you always had to kill him for the Terrible Shotgun. I could have sworn you could buy the Terrible Shotgun off him. So let's just merge my normal shotgun into the Terrible to get this thing up to full strength. And, okay, you might not immediately look at this and think, okay, that's a super weapon to end all super weapons with, yes indeed, 11.3 times 9 in pellets and DPS of, yes, a respectable 223, but seriously, do not underestimate this thing. Because, let's cover the downside first, the spread is, well, terrible. If you just fire this thing, the bullets just, yeah, you can see the little puffs of smoke from all over that rock face. Even at medium range, this thing, you're going to be losing a lot of flipping power. But if you're using this at point blank range, bloody hell. If every single pellet is independently getting a crit, which it will do if, say, you've snuck up on someone, okay, the damage starts multiplying out of control very, very fast indeed. This thing is dumb. And you know what? I think I know precisely where we want to test this thing out. That's right, it's the Jury Street Metro, because when is the answer not the Jury Street Metro? But yes, just head west, straight out of a town, and very nearby, you'll stumble across clear signs of a super mutant encampment. Though, curiously, despite, yes, the shopping trolleys being used as cages, there's no one here. There is in fact only one creature that's currently trapped, and it's a teddy bear. So just crack that open to release the teddy bear, and unfortunately, this teddy bear kind of belonged to someone. Yes, indeed, picking up that teddy bear spawns a super mutant behemoth into the world, one of only 5 that exist in this entire bloody game. So, he's not very happy you just stole his teddy bear. Dropping it, by the way, does not make him calm down. He's just, you know, generally quite annoyed at this point. So, okay, me and you, buddy, oh yeah. Oh, flippin' yeah. How about we just get right up to you, start doing some lovely damage, and just, oh yeah, just get round the back of him, right up to the head, if you'd be so kind. He just stays down on the ground, get those easy headshots in, his head's just sitting right there, and he can't get up. He cannot get up again, and the damage is pretty bloody good too. Every time we get the crit, oh yeah. Oh, flippin' yeah, he's pretty much been neutralized. Nothing he can do whatso-flipping ever, and down he goes. And you know what, buddy? I've decided that you get the teddy bear. Congratulations. So there we go. Having got our hands on a ludicrously powerful nuke launcher and a dumb powerful shotgun, I'd say let's call it a part there. But next time, with this new loadout in hand, okay, I'd say we're probably now safe to be going into some of the most dangerous areas in all of Fallout 3. Because yes indeed, so far we've mostly been sticking around down south, etc, etc, but up here, the terrifying wilderness up north, we've mostly been ignoring. So yes indeed, join me next time as we start heading into a corner of the world that basically no one ever goes to visit, because this quadrant up here, the game just doesn't send you here, but there are some really, really cool things hidden away. So, join me next week to discover some stuff I will bet the vast majority of you have never seen before. Hopefully, you are looking forward to that. But in the meantime, I've been John, this has been Many a True Nerd, and this has been Fallout, Tale of Two Wastelands. Thank you very much, and goodbye. If we just hide the bodies, nobody needs to know about this. Yes! My stupid plan has worked! It turns out I'm a genius! The giant rad scorpion is not gone! Oh, hang on, there's more yet though, I'm still being very shocked. Guys, where's the NCR? Nobody needs to know.